Strawberry burp. Men don't wear watches to tell the time. Men wear it as a fashion accessory. Same goes with chains, sneakers to a point. So I've ordered my accessory. Cost me $12.99. So don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on a watch. Just something that's a bit of a bling. So the watch I've ordered is from a company called Mini Focus. I have no idea if they are associated with Mini, the car company. But why I ordered it is I like the design. I like the overall design of the clock hands. And I like the overall design of how the clock hands contrast with the clock face. And with this, and with the fact that men don't use watches to tell the time, I'm going to be starting this movement. I call it the 6 o'clock movement, where I remember a teacher once told me that if a clock is fast or slow, it's always going to be wrong for the whole day. But even a broken clock, quote unquote broken, is right twice a day. So calling it the 6 o'clock movement, you're at least right twice a day. And when you're right, that just reminds you that you're right. I'm trying to work out, the whole language of the thing. And anyone clever enough to realize what the 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., 6 p.m. movement is all about will be able to read the clock hands and the clock face together and discover what I'm talking about. And it works on circular clock faces as well as square clock faces, or rectangular, I should say, clock faces. So can't wait till I get my watch, because that's just going to remind me every day of the 6 o'clock movement, whether it be 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. that it's 24 hours. You need to keep conscious of this. And I like the name of the brand, Mini Focus. Focus. Even though Mini, it's about taking those small steps towards getting that focus. And so you need Mini Focus, MF. Yeah. So there's that. Excuse me. Yeah, cool. I think yesterday, two lessons. So first is always check yourself. Like, you could always think that you're going to be right all the time, but you still need to double check yourself. So what happened? I gave the wrong order to the wrong delivery guy. twice. So 2 people got the wrong order, so we had to redo the thing. I think in my head I was convinced that this number was for this delivery guy and this number was for the other delivery guy, but I switched it. So yes, it's my fault, and I take responsibility for that. But the important thing is not to blame anyone. But in the moment, you might think that you did the right thing. You might think that actually, no, something else happened. But if you boil it down, it was your responsibility, and that's why it happened the way it happened. Second thing I learned is that what I've always thought is that, say example, like your little cousin calls you ugly, you'd be like, that's cute. But if, say, someone that you feel gives you like a sense of worth, if they say the same thing, then it goes deeper. It maybe hurts a bit more, right? So what happened yesterday? So the other guy I work with, there were several times where he didn't call out the order or say that there was a new order, but the chef didn't complain. Or when I or another person does that, the chef complains. And then going deeper into that, so this other guy I work with, he put through the order, but then forgot to write that actually there was an amendment to the order. Like, if that was me, he'd go off his head, start screaming and shouting and like throwing up the ticket, throwing it on the floor and stuff. But with this guy, he takes exception. Why? I don't know. But he just does. Everyone is fallible, okay? We're human, we make mistakes. It will happen. It's an inevitability. So, when this guy made a mistake and ran up to the chef and said, "Oh, sorry, there's this amendment to the dish," the chef didn't shout at him. The chef just calmly, took the pan and then just changed the ingredients. Or he added water. So, but you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a shouting match or anything. And then there was another instance where I put through an order. I said that there was an order through, but he doesn't listen to me, so he didn't do the order. Then later he was like, "Why didn't anyone tell me that there was an order?" As a chef, it's your job to do your cooking, whether someone has told you that there is an order or not. There's still an order. That's the way I view it. Like, if I'm a chef, yes, sure, I get a bit annoyed that no one told me, but still, you still need to do the order because the order's not done, right? So that's how I feel about that. That the chef's just being a baby and just complaining about nothing, basically. And then we say, we need to give exception to him because he's old. But I don't think so. I think give this exception to people if they're mentally unstable. But then again, why are you employing someone if they're mentally unstable? It's a conundrum to me. I'm not the manager. I'm not the owner. So I just go along with these things. I expressed to the owner about me needing not time off, but me needing time to study. So I'm only going to be working 3 days per week for the foreseeable future, and that's only in lunchtime. So straight after lunch, it's going to be to the courts, and after the courts, it's going to be to the library / South Bank Centre. I'm still finding a spot because apparently the South Bank Centre closes at 11 p.m. So I can't wait to see that go down. When that goes down, I'll have all the time in the world to get my head right, get my reading done, get my writing done, get my research done, just everything really, you know. Yeah. So it's a win-win situation. I mean, yes, obviously because I'm working less hours, I'm earning less money. But I was never doing this for the money. I was just doing this to help out. And, you know, after all this time, there's still only 5 people on a rotation. You need more than that on a waiting staff. Anyway, I'm about to get my BAP, so I'll speak to you in the future.